when you were called or titled as studentpreneur. You are a student at the same time you are entrepreneur. You need to balance all the time. So hello everyone. My name is Huzaimi. So one word I can describe would be passion or passionate. It's because of I treat baking not as like a working. It's the thing that I love and the thing that I put my heart onto it. I was actually one of the students that got called as the latecomers to attend or join the incubations program at that time because I was supposed to go to Korea at that time, but then it got cancelled literally at the airport. It's because of COVID at that time. Yeah, I think the business actually flourished because I've actually learned from working together with other incubators as well, understanding their passions as well. Basically, I've actually have a background H&D in hospitality management, whereby I was actually supposed to go to Birmingham. I kept on asking why, like, there's always a problems when I actually tries to go abroad. During COVID time, I was also supposed to go for Haji as well. Right after I finished my incubations program, I took a 1-year leave of absence. My late mom at that time was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. I took that opportunity to like taking care of my mom and spend most of my time with my mom lah. I believe that there's basically adanya orang apa there's blessing in disguise. When you were called or titled as studentpreneur, you are a student at the same time you are entrepreneur. You need to balance all the time, not forgetting that you also needs to focus on yourself as well. One of the riskiest was actually when I'm actually at my final years of doing my masters, but at the same time I also got sponsored to do an exhibitions during MSME exhibitions recently. I was actually chosen to attend conference back in France as well. So it's kind of hectic. Like I don't know like what to do, and then the business is actually a one-man show business. Like handling the booth alone was quite tiring at the same time, but it's quite fun. But again, it's such full of experience lah. That's where you actually able to organize your time. You're able to do better in scheduling. Okay, yesterday I just finished my class, going back for Zohor, and then after Zohor, take a break for a few minutes. Then and the rest of the afternoon, I did my client's order, and then I do delivery as well. So it's quite tiring, but that's how life is. One of the most important thing would be knowledge and skills. I'm very thankful for my late mom for being a very supportive person, because the reason how the business actually started was like it was actually during semester break. She always asked like, how do you like you already enter like a major in business, you have background in hospitality management, now you do business administrations, now you do masters of management, and now you PhD in management, and how are you going to use that knowledge, and how do you going to use it and show it that you are gain that particular knowledge? So then my late mom asked that one time like, what are you interested on? And she knew that I love cooking as a whole, and she said like, why not try baking? Just sell it to your loved ones, sell it to your friends, or they are just your friends first. Try and see their feedbacks, and if they love it, then you try to open your market. Another side would be understanding the beauty of baking, the knowledge of baking and whatnot. Aside from knowledge, obviously love, supports, and motivations from not only your loved ones, your family, but your friends as well as your lecturers as well. I'm very thankful to some of my friends and lecturers. When I face one of my biggest downfall was actually when my late mom suffered from the stomach cancers. They always like texted me like, hey, how are you doing? How's mama doing? And then that's how they always try to keep my mental health in check. I was very thankful for that. So yeah, they are actually one of the biggest and most important resources lah for me, aside from money. Budget. Yeah. Resilience is the ability for you to, when you face challenge, you are able to get back up slowly but surely, I must say. And then Another one would be adaptability, to be more flexible in terms of like if there's actually a problems, you actually able to handle that particular problems and to be more flexible lah. And then flexible for me in the baking world, it's more towards on following trends. I need to keep up with trends as well. For example, right now, the Dubai chocolate thing is very famous, right? So what I did was like, I'm fear of missing out at that time, but I don't want to do chocolate because I don't have interest in doing chocolate at that time. So what I did, I collabed with my sister. So what we did was I asked my sister, Kak, should we collab? And then what do you have in mind? I said, I want to do pistachio kanafe macarons. So, oh, that's a great idea. So we collab and then we made it, but we don't put pistachio kanafe macarons as its name. We call it as FOMO macarons. So yeah, alhamdulillah, we for just few days, I managed to produce at least 200 to 300 pieces of macarons, and it was sold out at least 3 to 4 days. People are actually craving it for it now, but we try to keep that flavor as limited editions lah. So yeah, and then communications is very important, like she said. For me, my personality, I'm actually more an introverted person, but once you actually do business, you need to be you have to be extrovert. You need to be out there, especially when you actually kena bagi macam kena suruh buka pop-up event. You actually have to approach people. You actually ask them like what they are actually interested on, like what do you think about my product. So that's how important it is to have these 3 soft skills.